Hello, everyone. So, I don't know how many of you have watched the interview between VDM and the Ezigbo in Ghana. The recent interview they had where VDM visited the Ezigbo in Ghana, in his palace in Ghana. I mean, ever since the video was ever since the video resurfaced with some kind of propaganda and kind of anger and protest uh, around it. I mean, so many point of views and propagandas have cropped up, and then even people who do not understand or who have not heard from the man himself would condemn him outrightly without even understanding even the truth behind the whole issue. But listening to VDM's interview with him, I kind of realized one thing, that it's easy to misunderstand um, a particular person, and then it kind of made me realize how easy it is to start a war. You understand how easy it is to start a war, by taking things out of context. It could be the least offensive thing that anybody could just utter, and then people can use that to start a real war. If VDM hadn't gone to 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 interview this man, I'm sure that he also would have a different understanding, and a lot of people will have a different understanding from what from what the man himself said, did, or even what his vision was. Because we have heard that he wanted to start a kingdom, an Igbo kingdom in Ghana, which, after listening to that, I kind of like didn't see any reason for anybody at all to be angry, to protest. There was no reason for that, because if you listen to him, very well articulated, he spoke to the root cause of even the reason why he even started thinking about outside the box, to bring the Igbo community together, and you know help them, both the cultural aspect of it and the commerce aspect of helping the Igbo community, and not just the Igbo community, the economy and of Ghana as well. So like, after listening to the interview, I went straight to the comment section, and I realized something. In the past, or ever since this issue started, you would see, especially in the comment section, or people have put people who are not Igbos, and some even some Igbo, a little percentage of the Igbo people have come out to even condemn this man, condemn the Igbo people for being too audacious, or too domineering, especially the way they behave in a foreign country and all that. You will see that vitriol being propagated in the comment sections. But when I listened to video, when I went through the comment section of the VDM's interview, I realized that even people with names not with non-Igbo names, they were surprisingly civil, and they even commended the Ezigbo in Ghana, because they now understood. They now see the clearer picture, not the propaganda propagated by politicians, or by ethnic jingoists and everything. So it kind of made me understand how easy it is to cause a war by twisting whatever anybody says. How easy it is to start war, you know, between two countries, between two communities, between two ethnic, nationalities. It is so easy. It is so simple. It's easy. wars can easily happen, from all these misconceptions and misrepresentation of what people actually represent or project. So props to VDM for making that you know making that interview happen, because now it gives us a clearer picture. Forget about the Nigerian media and journalists have become so, I don't know, I mean, they have become so useless, because this thing should have, they should have been the one, the forefront of unraveling, like start getting this information, the right information out there, to stop this kind of visual that we have seen in the past. So props to VDM for doing this. When we have recognized media houses and recognized media personalities that could have used this opportunity, use their platform to bring out the real story. So thank you, VDM. And I mean, props to the Igbo, Ezigbo in Ghana. I mean, like, anybody who listen to that video and still find it offensive, or stay angry at that man, both Ghanaians and Nigerians alike, non-Igbos, anybody who does that is a little bit I mean, I'm sorry, you are being a little bit of an of I mean, you're not being fair to yourself or to anybody. So props to VDM once again. Thank you, guys.